Hello painters, today we're going to do a very fun class. We're going to do lilacs. For this you will need a bunch of different colors. Of course purple is very important because that is the color of the lilac. You will need something to mix the paints on and of course brushes, and you will need cotton swabs and tape. We will tape together cotton swabs to make the texture of the lilacs. So the first step would be to cover the whole canvas with kind of like yellow orangey background, but it needs to be very light. So mix the orange, as that's the dark one, with white and start covering all of the canvas, occasionally taking in the yellow. Now let's let it dry. So what we need to do now is to do a little sketch of how our lilacs are gonna be. So I'm thinking it's a mason jar. So start with center. Let's start with the center, maybe slightly higher than the center. Let's draw a line there. Let's draw a line about 3/4 of an inch at the bottom. That's going to be the bottom of the vase. The vase overall is going to be, if this is the center of the vase, is going to be on the right. So if it's easy for you, you can do a little bit of a box like so. And now we're going to do little curves to indicate that it's a mason jar. And a curvature and a curvature over here so that it looks a little more 3D. Now for the lilacs, we want it to be very like, we want it to be a lot of them. So there's gonna be a whole chunk here, very big one. Big one here, here, and overall in here is just going to be a lot of little ones. And another one is going to be here, not a very long one. So I like when it goes dark blue and a little bit of the light blue mixing together, creating this realistic blending of light. Perfect. Now over here I'm gonna do a little bit of light blue and some actually yellow that we use for the background in here too, because it's basically showing through the glass. Okay. This is very rough. We don't need it to be, you know, nice and precise because the flowers are going to be very fun and beautiful. What I do need to do is I need to create a horizontal line because right now it's kind of floating in the air. For that I'll mix the yellow and blue. Be this kind of color, just a little bit of an indication that there's a table there. Some orange, basically any color that I had, I'm gonna put it on there. Let's start with our fun experiment. So let's take some tape and let's take the cotton swabs. For now I'm gonna take, how many is this? 7. Put them all onto the same side so that they touch the canvas at the same time. And tape it. Now let's take, for now let's take just plain purple. This will be the base, the very front layer. Get the paint on it really well. Let's test it maybe a little bit on the paper so that we get the feeling. Yeah, that's nice. That's perfect. Okay. So start from the closest to the roots. And go along all the way down. Rotate your cotton swabs so that the texture is different everywhere. Now let's repeat for all of the other ones. So now let's take 5 cotton swabs and put them together, tape them together. Perfect. Now let's add this nice pink right into the purple and mix it up. And with this nice violet-y color that's a little bit more pinky now, let's go and add it. Keep the bottom layers dark purple, but start adding this color slightly higher, like so. Now let's take another 5 and again tape them together. And now let's start adding white into that same mixture that we had, so that we're not really wasting any paint. So this time we want to go on even higher, where basically so that the light comes through the top and the top layers are lighter and the bottom layers are darker. But we still occasionally go slightly downwards so that it looks natural. And this is such a therapeutic technique, as it's very, you cannot really make a mistake here, right? So as you see, tops get lighter, bottoms are dark purple. This side top is going to be over here. This is also a very fast method. I'm already almost done and it's been really fast. So now the last layer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one but flip it, use this so that I don't waste it. Mainly white, but with a little bit occasional pink. And again goes on the very, very top, like so. Oh, starting to look so amazing. So now with my brush and using 2 of the greens that I have, dark green and a brighter green, I'm gonna do a couple of leaves, and I'm also gonna do stems for the lilac stems. Different thicknesses and at different angles. So that's nice. We don't need too many. And leaves, I'm gonna have to make it a little more with a depth. I'm gonna take white and the bright green. Just gonna add a couple of more elements of light green. Now to finish it all off, I'm gonna take the purple, just pure purple, and with a brush I'm gonna add a couple of more random strokes of random elements of lilac by just one by one on top of the leaves so that it looks a little more natural, and outside slightly of our main chunks of flowers. It just gives it a bit of a, I guess, randomness and more natural look. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tiny line at the bottom to again highlight in purple, to highlight our base. Like so. Just brings it all together. Thank you so much for watching. This is complete. Please have a look at my other tutorials and have fun with this. Bye.